Now that this happened, it just makes us insecure here.
An unarmed woman shot and killed in Bastrop County.
I think I speak for everybody saying that, I don't think we could ever trust the police after this.
Her family wants justice, and KXAN Investigates is digging for answers.
We first told you late last week about the $5 million wrongful death lawsuit filed against the Bastrop County Sheriff's Office.
Back in February, Deputy Daniel Willis shot and killed Yvette Smith as he responded to a call about two men fighting. The suit alleges Willis used unreasonable, unnecessary, and excessive force, and that previous supervisors warned he needed help with common sense in handling explosive situations.
That led KXAN investigator Robert Maxwell to dig into Willis's background. He joins us live now with what he found. Robert?
Well, Robert, Shannon, employment documents paint a picture of somebody who grew up in a small town near Houston and long dreamed of becoming a deputy sheriff. State law enforcement licensing records show us Bastrop County employed Daniel Willis as a patrol deputy for 13 months. In June, he was fired, charged with Yvette Smith's murder. Her family has long questioned how local deputies are selected and chosen. Before working in Bastrop, we discovered Daniel Willis was a jailer in Travis County for more than 8 years.
I answered the door, and there was two investigators, two of them. They told me, your mom's been involved in an accident, and I'm thinking it was a car wreck. And it was like, no, she was shot by an officer and she died.
The morning of February's officer-involved shooting, Daniel Willis had been patrolling Bastrop County for exactly 10 months. Records KXAN obtained from his former employer in neighboring Travis County show in 2007, Willis took a corrections job with the goal of one day becoming a patrol deputy. His handwritten application shows he'd also applied to Austin Police and acknowledged he failed that department's psychological exam. State licensing rules require county jailers and peace officers to pass a psychological test. Since those records are not public and there are no statewide standards, it can only be assumed Willis met Travis County's standard. In early 2008, he received his jailer's certification. Willis's employment records show he excelled here, posting perfect attendance and scoring well on performance reviews, even receiving recognition in 2009 for saving the life of a suicidal prisoner. Before long, corrections officer Willis applied to transfer to patrol duties. In 2012, his jail supervisors agreed in written evaluations. Willis appears to be mature enough to handle the responsibilities of a patrol officer, and he was not scared to handle disruptive or combative inmates. But one wrote he needed more development in handling explosive situations and the utilization of common sense. Travis County records show Willis failed his first patrol exam in 2010. It's unclear what skills he lacked. He would try 3 more times before resigning in May of 2013 to take an open deputy job in Bastrop. Since there was no gap between the law enforcement jobs, the state required no new psychological test before Willis began responding to calls in rural Bastrop County.
You're going to have to go back and look at who's hiring and who's training these people.
Now, we do know before hiring him, Bastrop County requested Daniel Willis's personnel file from the Travis County Sheriff's Office. We've requested Bastrop's employment file, and that request is now in the hands of the DA there. Now, Shannon, Robert, one source I talked with today, a longtime law enforcement attorney, says often in these cases, as is the case in many job descriptions, you get what you pay for. Better training, better hiring policies, sometimes produce better officers.
So, Robert, what are deputies typically paid?
You might be surprised. We've got some numbers to break that down. In Bastrop County, a deputy with about 5 to 10 years of experience will get $45,000 a year. Travis County pays about $59,000, and a police officer in Austin, for comparison's sake, with just 2 years of experience, earns about $70,000 a year. And just coincidentally today, Commissioner's Court in Bastrop was the scene of a number of deputies showing up. They were upset, or at least concerned, about a proposal to take away a proposal to give them a pay raise, reportedly. So this is in the news tonight. Of course, we'll continue to follow the story. Indeed, we will. Robert, thank you very much. And by the way, Bastrop County jail records show that Willis is now out on bond awaiting the start of his murder trial. The indictment in this case has been sealed.
Digging deeper, TCOL, or the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, regulates and licenses officers across the state, ensuring they are properly trained and that they act ethically. Right now, there are about 75,000 licensed peace officers, 23,000 licensed jailers, with another 3,000 temporary jailer licenses. This past January, the agency started licensing telecommunication operators. There are about 9,400 licensed people who work as dispatchers and 911 call takers. We have posted many of the records in Robert's story with this investigation online at KXAN.com. If you have an issue our team can investigate, contact our tip line. That's report it at KXAN.com.